So how fit do you really need to be to climb a 14er? It's probably one of the most common questions I get. That's what we're going to address today. Hi, my name's Jeff. Welcome to my channel, 14ers for Beginners, where an ordinary guy like me wants to help ordinary folks such as yourselves climb your first few 14ers. So I hope the information in today's video is helpful. Hope it inspires you and gives you direction on what to do so that you can get from wherever you're at to the top of those first few 14ers that you want to climb, and you can be successful and really enjoy yourselves. If this video is helpful, hit like, hit subscribe. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments below. I'd love to help out and be a blessing however I can be. Well, fitness really is a big deal. This really is a physical test of our fitness, and so we do want to be prepared. We want to train leading up to this to make sure that we are in the best position we can to not just make it, but to make it and not be just miserably sore and hurting and those sort of things in the process. And so we really do want to think a lot about our fitness in the 6 months or so leading up to our first attempt on a 14er. There's really two sort of areas I want to talk about today. One is our strength, and the other is our cardio capacity. Let's start with strength. So our muscle strength is important, but it's different than other sports. We're not trying to get big and bulky and those sort of things, but we need to be strong so that we can propel ourselves up the mountain, but also control ourselves coming down the mountain. We need our body to be strong enough that we can take that taxing, that work of going up the mountain over and over and over and over for 3 or 4 or 5 miles one direction maybe, and then be able to turn around and come back down, and to have the journey down not just be this controlled fall where our whole body is being jarred around and our joints are being tortured by this just over and over impact of this uncontrolled fall down the mountain, that we can actually have enough strength to control ourselves as we go down. And so we really need to have some strength. And where we want to focus is what's called our chassis strength, which is basically from our knees to the middle of our chest. Now, I'm not a personal trainer, but I do actually have a trainer who helps me to make sure that I am prepared physically for these kind of activities. And so, again, I'm not the professional, but I'm passing along what has been passed to me and that I have found very helpful to me. And so, as we focus on this part of our body, we're wanting to focus on our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes, our core, both front and back and sides, all the way around our core. And then really up our backs, the back here on top of our back into our shoulders, so that as we maybe have rocks we need to help pull ourselves up on, we have the back strength to do that, and to support our pack and the weight that it is going to give us. So when you think about how are you going to go about that, I'm going to be doing a lot of squats, a lot of lunges, whether it's forwards, sideways, backwards, those all work different muscles. Step ups, those sort of things are really going to help our legs. In terms of our core, we're going to do a lot of bridges, whether that's planks, side bridges, glute bridges, all those sort of things that are going to focus our core strength. And then in terms of our back and shoulders, we're going to do a lot of pulls of different kinds and a lot of shoulder of different kinds to get the top and back part of our shoulders to support that load. So these are going to be really important for you to do, for you to have some strength. You don't have to have a lot of weight, but you have to be able to really do it well, do it with the proper technique, so that when you get out there, your body is in good shape. Your body is trained well on how our body should move appropriately. So again, don't have to necessarily use a lot of weight, but good, strong chassis is important. Now let's talk about our cardio capacity. Our cardio capacity really is our ability for our body to take oxygen and marry it with our blood and bring it throughout our body, transport it throughout our body to replenish all of our body, whether we're talking muscles or organs, so that they have the nutrients they need with the oxygen in the blood to function well. And so if you think about however in shape you are, wherever you live, probably lower elevation, the higher you go, the less air you're breathing in. So if you picture like a liter bottle, and every time you take a breath, a liter of material goes into your lungs, a percentage of that is oxygen, and a percentage of it is other stuff. Well, down lower elevations, that percentage of oxygen is higher, and the higher in elevation you go, that percentage of oxygen gets lower, which means that for every breath you take, you're actually giving less to your body to use, and more stuff that it really doesn't want or need. And so that takes whatever cardio capacity or fitness level you have and diminishes it. And it challenges how your brain's functioning, how your organs are going to function, how your muscles are going to function. So what that means is, as we train, we need to get that cardio capacity as high as we can get, so that then when we go up in elevation and it diminishes back down, we're still at a place where we're still at a reasonable fitness level up there on the mountain. Now, I want to assure you, I have seen folks of all kinds of fitness levels up on mountains. People large, small, people young and old, people who are, I would call, very fit, and people that I've really questioned their fitness at all as to why they're there. And so all kinds of variety of people can do this. I don't want you to be discouraged and thinking, oh, I'm not super fit, I can't go run a 5K or a 10K or something like that, and so I must not be able to do this. That's not true. I've seen folks that couldn't run a 5K if they had to. If they were being chased by a lion, they couldn't do it, right? But they've done this. And so it really is, I think, about training yourself, getting yourself in as good a shape as you can. And then when you get there, it's a matter of pacing and that mental battle of doing it. And obviously there are folks that shouldn't be up there. If you have major joint issues, major physical issues of injuries and those sort of things, heart conditions, anything like that that's truly a risk, you don't want to go up and you don't want to try this. This isn't probably something you want to do. You don't want to get yourself in a pickle 3,000 feet up and 3 miles in. That's not the place to be doing this. And so many people can do this and be successful. So how would I train for cardio? Well, I'm using 3 things to help my cardio abilities grow. The first is speed, the second is incline, and the third is weight. Okay, so thinking of speed, whether you don't have to be a runner, but if you walk, can you push yourself to walk faster? If you can run and run faster. And again, we're not talking short distance, we're talking very long distances. So when I say how fast can you go, I'm saying on a 5K or 5 miles. How fast can you go? What's the pace you can maintain in doing that? If you were to go get on a treadmill or go for a walk in your neighborhood or a park near where you live, and you were to go for 3 to 5 miles, what's that pace? And over the next couple months, we want to increase that pace. We want to, every week or two, take a step forward in that speed to continue to increase the speed. That's going to grow and test our cardio. The second is incline, hills. Whether you're on a treadmill and you're putting the incline up, or whether you're walking hills in your neighborhood or somewhere like that. Hills challenge us. Hills make it harder. One of my pet peeves at the gym is I see somebody on a treadmill and they've got it cranked up to 10-15% and they're holding on and they're leaning back. You've just wasted your time. Don't touch the treadmill. You're not going to have handles to hold on to when you're walking on the trail. Don't hold on to them at the gym. Start the incline up, maybe 2, 3, 4% every week or two, where you're just going to creep it up, and you really need to get to a place where you can do 12 to 15% incline on that treadmill, because that's what most, when you calculate the slope, that's what most mountains are going to average out at, is about in that 12 to 15% range. So again, we're talking increasing speed, increasing slope over time. If you're got a route in your neighborhood you walk, like I have a route here that I do, and I have 3 hills where I go down and then up, and then down another hill and up, and then down a third hill and up that one. And I just do that route 2 or 3 times in a morning. And again, I'm going for how fast can I do it? And then the third part is carrying weight. And so I might walk down the hill and try to run up it, and then walk over and down the next one, and then up, run up it. And so I'm pushing myself, I'm testing my body in different ways with the speed and with the inclines to see how good of shape I can get in before the mountain. The third part is the weight. And this is really handy because as hikers, we're carrying a pack that has some weight in it. Now, hopefully your pack isn't more than 10 to 15 pounds when you're out there on the mountain, when you combine your water and the stuff you're carrying. You don't want to carry any more than you need to. But we can use that as training, right? Whether you have a weight vest or you use your pack with weight in it, which I would recommend. We can start with our body weight. We can go a month, 2 in. We can be messing with the speed. We can be messing with incline. Then we can throw our pack on full of water. A couple liters of water. It's probably 5 to 7 pounds. Adds to it. Okay, go do it for a week or two. You have your water to drink too. It's pretty handy. Then a week or two later, throw a little more weight in. Whether you're putting in, like first aid kits and things like that, or whether you actually have weight, like a plate from a weightlifting set. You drop in whatever it may be. Bags of rice. Who knows, right? You put in. You can just start creeping your weight up. So that again, over these 6 months or so leading up, you're increasing your speed. You're increasing your amount of inclines you're working on and the amount of weight you're carrying. So if you can get a couple weeks out from your hike, your attempt at a 14er, and you can go pretty swiftly around your neighborhood, you're hitting a number of hills as you're doing it, or at the gym on a treadmill, a stair climber, and you're carrying 20 pounds doing it, you're probably in really good shape. You're probably gonna be ready to hit the mountain. These are all just ideas to help us. Obviously, you can talk to a trainer or somebody like that. Maybe if you have some medical questions, a doctor. These are all going to help direct and help you make really good decisions for you. These are just some ideas I've found that help me to get in enough fitness to be able to do this successfully and enjoy it. Because that's part of the deal, right? Is we want to enjoy it, not just suffer through this sort of thing. So again, we need to be strong enough to get up the mountain, support ourselves coming down, and we need to increase that cardio capacity to a place where when it diminishes with altitude, we can still perform well physically. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Again, if you have questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to help. And as usual, I hope I get the opportunity to see you at the top. Have a great day.